if the very edge of modern science, all the cutting edge stuff we hear about, is really just, well, rediscovering truths we somehow understood maybe tens of thousands of years ago? Like, imagine finding knowledge that old that's just eerily spot on.
It does make you question things, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really jumping into something fascinating. It's this incredible intersection, these surprising parallels between quantum physics,
the really weird modern stuff,
exactly, and the ancient wisdom of Sanatana Dharma, which most people know as Hinduism.
Yeah, it's a convergence that seems almost unlikely at first glance. And guiding us through a lot of this particular deep dive is Hanshi Deena Naidu.
Right. Tell us about him.
Well, he's got this really interesting background. He's a karate master, a Reiki master, an SMA teacher, meditation teacher. Quite the mix.
Wow.
And he sort of synthesizes all this, drawing these direct, really quite powerful connections between, the quantum world and these ancient spiritual insights.
So he's bridging science and, well, something much older.
Precisely. A really unique perspective.
Okay, so our mission today, for you listening, is to kind of unpack these similarities. They're striking, almost uncanny, really. How both quantum mechanics and Sanatana Dharma talk about reality, about consciousness, the universe itself.
And we really have to grapple with this idea Hanshi Deena Naidu brings up.
Yeah.
What does it mean if knowledge from 20,000 years ago
20,000
seems to be popping up again in discoveries from just the last, say, 1,000 years or even the last 100?
Yeah, it messes with your idea of progress, doesn't it? Are we just catching up, or did we maybe lose something along the way, some deeper intuition our ancestors had?
That's the core question, really. And it stems from Hanshi Deena Naidu's first big point. This timeline. It's just astonishing.
Right.
Sanatana Dharma's understanding of cosmology, existence, potentially 20,000 years old, and then you look at quantum physics,
which feels so modern, so cutting edge.
Exactly. But it's really only developed significantly in the last millennium, and the really revolutionary stuff is mostly 20th century onwards.
That gap is, it's huge, almost hard to wrap your head around, which leads straight to that central question Hanshi Deena Naidu poses, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Has science maybe unconsciously been kind of borrowing from Sanatana Dharma?
Right.
Without really saying so.
Or the other possibility he raises. Did scientists just, through experiments in math, stumble onto these truths by chance?
And then look up and go, oh, wait, someone already wrote this down.
Kind of, yeah. Only to find out it's ancient wisdom.
Yeah.
Definitely challenges how we think about where new ideas come from.
And Hanshi Deena Naidu adds another layer here, right? This idea about Maya.
Yes, the concept of Maya or illusion. His perspective is that maybe the Western world has been operating in a kind of unreality.
An illusion.
Obscured by this Maya. And only now, he suggests, are we sort of collectively waking up to these deeper truths that Sanatana Dharma has held for, millennia.
Wow. Waking up. That's a powerful way to put it. Especially when you look at, say, interconnectedness.
Right.
Quantum physics gives us quantum entanglement, which is just mind-bending. For anyone listening who isn't deep into physics, imagine two particles.
Okay.
They interact, then you separate them. Could be across the room, could be across the universe, theoretically.
Doesn't matter how far.
Right. And they stay linked. If you measure something about one particle, like its spin, the other one instantly takes on a related property.
Faster than light.
Yeah. It defies our normal sense of space and separation. It's like they're still connected somehow.
Exactly. And now, let's connect that to Sanatana Dharma, specifically Advaita Vedanta.
The non-dual philosophy.
Right. Advaita Vedanta doesn't just say things are connected. It says, fundamentally, there's only one reality, often called Brahman.
So everything comes from that one source.
Essentially, yes. It's not just that things are linked. It's that everything is Brahman, appearing as different forms. Your hand, the chair, the stars. It's all fundamentally the same underlying reality or consciousness.
That's a big leap from just saying particles are connected. It's saying everything is one.
And for practitioners, it's not just theory. It's something aimed for as a direct experience.
Yeah.
Which makes that quantum parallel feel even more significant.
It really does challenge our everyday view, doesn't it? I mean, we live in a world that seems so full of separate things. Me, you, this microphone.
Distinct objects.
But maybe that separation isn't the ultimate truth, which I guess leads us to the next point, this idea that reality itself might be more probabilistic. even illusory.
Yeah, quantum uncertainty kind of blows the lid off of fixed, predictable reality, doesn't it?
How so, exactly?
Well, at the subatomic level, it suggests things don't have definite properties until measured. Before that, it's like all possibilities exist at once.
Yeah.
It's inherently uncertain, probabilistic.
Okay, so things aren't really there in a solid way until we look.
That's one way to think about it, yeah. It raises that big question. If it's not fixed down there, what are we actually seeing up here in our world?
And that links back to Maya.
Directly. Maya in Sanatana Dharma isn't just like a magic trick. It's this cosmic power or process that makes us perceive this world of separate forms and events.
The illusion of separation we were just talking about.
Exactly. Even though the deeper reality, Brahman, might be unified and formless,
yeah.
Maya is like the veil or the cosmic play that creates this apparent reality we experience.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting for me. It means our solid world maybe isn't so solid.
It could be much more fluid, more potential, less defined than we think. Like possibilities waiting to happen.
That sturdy table, the floor.
Yeah.
Maybe they're less real in that ultimate sense than we assume. It's like unsettling, but also fascinating.
It is. And think about how this connects to another of Hanshi Deena Naidu's observations. This one's really remarkable.
Go on.
He points out that if you look within any object, the inner universe under an electron microscope.
A micro level.
Right. And then you look out at the outer universe through a telescope.
The macro level.
Yeah.
Galaxies, nebulae.
He says they reveal the same reality. Structurally, they're designed in the same way.
Wait, really? The smallest structures mirror the largest structures in the cosmos.
That's his observation. The same underlying design principles at play.
Okay, let's unpack that. That's not just a coincidence. That implies a fundamental unity in design. Like the universe is built on a repeating pattern.
It suggests exactly that. Maybe a kind of fractal or holographic principle, where the whole pattern is reflected in the parts, and the parts reflect the whole. It hints at this deep underlying order.
Across all scales, that's profound. It makes you think differently about, everything.
And this dynamic, ordered universe isn't static either. Think about cycles.
Creation and destruction.
Yeah. In quantum physics, you have things like quantum fluctuations. Particles literally popping into existence from seeming nothingness.
For tiny fractions of a second.
And then vanishing again.
Yeah.
Even in empty space, there's this constant fizz, this appearing and disappearing.
Like a constant bubbling of reality at the very bottom.
A constant dance, yeah.
Yeah.
And compare that to the cosmic cycles in Sanatana Dharma.
Right. The yugas, the larger cycles.
Exactly. Srishti creation, Seti preservation, maintenance, and pralaya destruction or dissolution.
But not seen as final endings, right? More like phases in a continuous cycle.
Precisely. It's an eternal rhythmic process. The universe is constantly changing, constantly being reborn.
So change and, things ending. It's not a bug, it's a feature.
It's fundamental to the fabric of reality, according to this view, which, if you really take it on board, can change how you see change in your own life, can it?
Yeah. Maybe less scary, more natural, part of a bigger flow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this leads us to what might be the most challenging parallel: the role of the observer, consciousness.
Ah, yes, the observer effect in quantum mechanics.
Explain that one again briefly.
Simply put, the act of measuring or observing a quantum system actually changes the system.
Just by looking, or measuring.
Essentially, yes. Mm-hmm. The way you choose to measure influences what you find. It shatters the idea of a purely objective reality that just sits there, independent of us.
Okay, that's weird enough, but how does Sanatana Dharma parallel that?
Well, there's the concept of drishti, which means perspective, viewpoint, seeing.
Okay.
And the emphasis is that our drishti, our consciousness, doesn't just passively receive reality. It actively shapes our understanding, our experience of it. Consciousness is central.
So our viewpoint matters. But does it go further, like actually creating reality?
Well, this is where it gets really fascinating and maybe controversial. Some interpretations of quantum mechanics.
Like the Copenhagen interpretation?
Right. They suggest that consciousness might be what collapses the wave function, meaning it's consciousness that turns all those quantum possibilities
You're above a ballistic state
into the single definite reality we experience.
So our awareness isn't just watching the movie, it's maybe directing it, or at least choosing the scene.
That's the radical implication some draw from it. It shifts us from being passive spectators to active participants in the creation of reality. Yeah. That's a huge paradigm shift.
It really is. It connects the inner world of thought and awareness to the outer world of physics in a way that's well, it feels revolutionary, even though the idea might be ancient.
Exactly. It's, I guess, consciousness isn't just some byproduct of brain chemistry, but maybe something fundamental to the universe itself.
Okay. So wrapping this up, this deep dive, it's clear these connections between quantum physics and Sanat Dharma are pretty compelling.
They really are. And while we have to be careful, not make exact one-to-one equations everywhere.
Needs nuance.
Definitely needs nuance. But the sheer number of parallels, the depth of them across these vast timelines, it's striking. You can't just ignore it.
And Hanshi Deena Naidu makes a prediction based on this, doesn't he?
He does, a pretty bold one. He believes that as science keeps digging deeper,
more discoveries, better tech,
they'll eventually arrive at the same understanding, the same conclusions that Sanatan Dharma reached potentially 20,000 years ago.
Wow. So science is, in a way, catching up to ancient wisdom.
That's his perspective. And he makes another important point. He observes that other religious or philosophical systems haven't quite reached these specific conclusions independently.
Which makes the Sanatana Dharma insights particularly unique in this comparison.
Yes, in this specific context of mirroring quantum concepts.
And this isn't just abstract theory, is it? Hanshi Deena Naidu connects it to life and, well, death, the illusion Maya.
Right. He points out that most people live deeply invested in the illusion Maya, that this physical reality is the only reality, the ultimate reality.
And that causes problems later.
Well, he notes that often when people leave their physical bodies, they encounter a reality that's confusing because it doesn't match their lifelong assumptions. It might seem physical, but operates by different non-physical rules.
So the afterlife, or whatever comes next, isn't what they expected because their view of real was too limited.
Exactly. Their understanding, shaped by Maya, didn't prepare them. It's a strong reminder about how limited our everyday perceptions might be.
Powerful. So, thinking about you, our listener, what does all this mean for you?
Yeah, what's the takeaway?
If reality is more fluid, more interconnected, maybe even shaped by our own awareness, and if this ancient wisdom holds keys to understanding that, what assumptions are you holding on to about your world, about what's real? That might just be, well, part of the illusion.
How might seeing through that illusion even a little change things?
Change how you see life, death, your own potential, your connection to everything else.
It definitely invites a deeper look, doesn't it? Beyond just the surface level of things.
Absolutely. So we really encourage you, keep seeking, keep asking questions, explore these connections, maybe read up on Hanshi Deena Naidu's work. Consider how this incredibly ancient knowledge might actually light the way forward.
Keep exploring those rabbit holes.
Exactly. Until next time, stay curious.